Hi, this is a continuation of my video on dyslexia. You've got some of that already drafted in, so I will begin. Um, so I've got to the point of, please forgive me, it's my first TikTok live video, and if you know, give me a thumbs up if you think I'm doing well so far. So as I was saying, my journey started in 1995. And it was then called an assessment and is now called a statement. I was statemented with special educational needs. Um, I had a tutor, I guess tutor, I don't know, a tutor. She was what's now called a SENCO, a special educational needs coordinator. Her name was Mrs. Winters. She had really white grey hair, and I used to call her Mrs. Cauliflower because she just reminded me of a cauliflower as a childhood memory. I don't know why. And she would pull me out of class supposedly to help support me. And she constantly, throughout my childhood, basically said there was no way I could be dyslexic because I could read. I had a lot of short-term memory problems. I couldn't remember a lot of things that I'd learned, so I needed it repeated. My short-term memory was absolutely awful. It still is, to be honest with you. It's really, really bad. And they used to basically take me out of class back in 1995, and the special educational needs that we were supported was they taught me how to cut out letters in a straight line and play a memory game. But she would constantly say there's no way I can be dyslexic because I can read. Although I had all the traits of dyslexia, like, my B's and D's would be mixed up. When I was reading, I would lose where I was in a book. The letters would jump around. It really wasn't clear for me to understand. I couldn't copy stuff off of the board. Yeah, there was just a lot of things. I used to daydream a lot. In fact, I still daydream a lot. But I was just like ridiculed by the teachers at school, saying I was lazy, or this might be a bit triggering, this video, so trigger warning. I was basically told that my parents were told that I had mental health issues, which I have no problem with that. There is many people that have mental health issues, but I did not at that time. I was just dyslexic, and I'm also dyspraxic. And I basically believe that school, I'm going to name and shame it, sorry, is Penwortham Primary School in Streatham. Basically, that back in 1995, I don't think the teachers were taught correctly on how to support children, because basically I was ridiculed, basically bullied by my teachers and made to feel stupid and thick if I got things wrong, or, if I did put my hand up in class. There was lots of things that happened, like, nowadays that you display your children's work in a class. They never ever displayed any work that I did. I never really got any praise. I hated doing sports because I found it so difficult and nobody would ever pick me. It was a horrible, horrible time. And also, before that, my parents had put me in a private school called Virgo Fidelis. So they paid a lot of money, thinking that because also I was a very sickly child, so I missed out on a lot of school. In addition to having special educational needs, I also have various medical problems, which I can go into in another video. We don't need to stress that. This is the dyslexia one. But I guess my journey of education and stuff like that was really bad and scarred from Virgo Fidelis Primary School. Again, I'm naming and shaming. I don't think it exists anymore. But yeah, they just used to call me stupid. And if I got sums wrong back then, I was told to sit in the naughty corner because I got a sum wrong. It was a private school. My parents were paying a lot of money in order for me to get, catch up on any work I'd missed behind. And they just belittled my confidence completely. Another really big thing at Virgo Fidelis that sort of stays in my mind is, I think we were getting dressed after a PE lesson, and I'd sort of just got a bit more confident. Being able to tie my shoelaces is something to this day that I found difficult. And as a fellow dyspraxic or dyslexic, you may also find buttons, shoelaces, zips, anything fiddly, jewellery, difficult to put on and off. But anyway, I'd finally found a little bit of confidence and was trying to do up my lace. And the teacher was just being helpful. I know, I'm not saying they said anything bad. Said, oh, do you want some help? And I said no. And she really didn't like that. But I was just trying to show them that I was confident enough. I can do this. I'm a nursery nurse myself, and I really feel that if a child, wants your help, you should always be there to provide the help if they need it. But if they're okay, let them just get on with it. But if they're struggling, always be there to support. But you sort of can't push your way in. But I just feel like they wanted to push their way in, and and it was just really difficult. I struggled to make friends. I didn't like putting my hand up because I'm also very shy. There was loads and so many things. It was just really hard. And thinking back to like even going as far back as secondary school, a little thing is like your timetable, forgetting which lesson was first, whether it was science or catering. I don't know what it's called now, maybe it's food tech or something like that. But yeah, I'm a 36-year-old woman and I have no confidence in myself. I believe that my parents offered me a lot of confidence before I went to school, but I feel like once I went to school, the school took it away from me. Like they belittled me so much where I struggled and needed help and support that it just diminished my confidence completely. So now as an adult, I have low self-esteem, I'm very unconfident, and I'm trying to give myself the confidence because I know that I've had to learn and adapt things that help me. Like I like to use a lot of coloured pens. That really helps me. I use coloured overlay. I have another pair of tinted blue glasses to allow me to read. I love that nowadays there's a lot of this assistive technology where it can read stuff back to you. But still, as an adult, I still struggle. It still affects my everyday life. And those confidence issues that upset me in school are still with me to this day. I do use social media, so I have posted on Facebook. I've probably missed out words, spelled stuff. It really makes you feel self-conscious. Even to write a text message or a WhatsApp or an email, I still need the support of perhaps my sister or my mum to proofread it. Because another thing of being dyslexic and dyspraxic is I can never see my faults. Like where I've missed out a word or I've repeated myself. I just can't see it when it's written. Like if it's written on pen and paper, it is a little bit easier on actual computer or on your phone. But even then I still struggle, to be honest with you. Simple things like using your phone. I misplace stuff. I don't remember where I put stuff back. All these are little things that, your brother or sister, your auntie, your uncle, your cousin, or you might have been going through this stuff. And I'm here to say, I'm here for you. I support you. I feel you. I'm just reaching out to you to say we've come a long way from where we were. We should be proud of ourselves, have confidence. The education system has got slightly better, I think, and there is more support out there. I'm a nursery nurse myself, so I just want to educate perhaps my friends, family, everyone a bit further about what it means to be dyslexic as an adult. And when somebody says to you, I've done this because I'm dyslexic, I'm dyspraxic, I've got ADHD, I've got whatever it is that you're struggling with is, a lot of people say it's our superpower. We see things a lot differently and we understand things. We're a lot more, I would say, empathetic towards others, and we just want to help. And the reason I'm making this video is because, as I said, I'm still struggling with this. I have never regained my confidence that those schools took away from me, that they belittled me so much. And I want to switch now from, growing up, going to college. I was reassessed and had another statement at 16 when I left secondary school. I went to a really nice college. I had a really nice teacher called Mrs. Hop. Shout out to Mrs. Hop. I absolutely loved her. She statemented me and said I was dyslexic and dyspraxic. I had one-to-one issue, like one-to-one, not issues, sorry, wrong word. One-to-ones with her. I had like once a week where I had lessons to support me in my written English grammar and stuff with other students, which was really nice. I really felt that at college there was more support. I went to a few different colleges as well. I went to Westminster and Kingsway, that was in Battersea. They were the best, actually. I think I went to college 4 days a week to do my health and social care. And on the 5th day, I personally would have to go back in on like my said day off of college just to have my support lessons. But they really helped me and they really allowed my confidence to grow. They gave me things like a spell checker, coloured overlays, which really, really help, are beneficial. I would say invest in a spell checker. It's worth it. A dictaphone. Anything that helps you, go for it. That Orcam that they're advertising, or, that teenager or that child in your life that needs those things, do it for them. Do it. It really, really helps, honestly. All these little things help. Coloured pens, writing stuff instead of black and white. If you can print it on them for a colour, maybe they like, maybe the colour that works for them is blue or pink. There is a optician called Realise, and they do something called dyslexic screening. I believe the last time I had it done, it was £50, and you get a pair of tinted glasses and so many overlays. They've got a special program on a computer and it tells them which colour is better for you, and therefore they do everything and you get a thorough eye check and you get all these overlays and stuff to help and support you. I really love it. I did it a long time ago. I need to redo it actually, but I suggest do that. And like I said, if there's any 36-year-olds out there that are dyslexic and dyspraxic and you've had a similar situation to me, I'd love to hear from you and like how you've overcome, how far you've come. I'm just coming on here to basically tell you my opinion, my experience of what I've been through, and just reach out to everyone and just say, we are amazing people. There are so many famous people. Like, don't lose hope. Keep going. We will have struggles. We do have to live with it. Give yourself a pat on the back. Love yourself that bit more. Have a bit more empathy for yourself, because I know that you do have it for other people. And for those of you that are non-dyspraxic, try and have that little bit more empathy or support for some, that friend of yours, your little sister, your big sister or your big brother, whoever it is in your family that has it and is struggling. Just be there for them, and any little thing that you can do to big up their confidence is a really big thing. And I just want to say to my old schools, I've come a long, long way. You belittled, you demeaned me, but I'm still here, I'm still standing, and I got through all of that. But because of that, I now have no confidence. I don't believe in myself. I constantly second guess myself. I, as an adult, have become scared to ask for help because when I said I was okay with something, I got told off as a child. You know, I had so many stuff. An experience also that happened to me in secondary school. I was slow at getting changed after PE. My PE teacher locked me in the changing room. Now, I know now that would probably be known as some sort of form of abuse, but she actually locked me in the changing room and left me by myself because I took longer to get changed than everyone else. Imagine how that feels. As a teenager, I was crying my eyes out. That's why I said trigger warning, guys. It was really horrible. Especially in secondary school, they encourage you to like play football and stuff like that, or badminton, but nobody ever wanted to choose me because I found that stuff difficult. You know, and I felt like the teachers didn't really understand, the PE teachers. They didn't know what I was going through, so they weren't empathetic or a bit more supportive. You know, like I had to get my mum to write notes, or I used to like forget my PE kit on purpose, because I didn't want to do physical education because I never got picked. I wasn't really good at it, and I just constantly, you know, lacked confidence. And it's not really fair as a child or as a teenager when you're not picked. It's really not nice. I'm sure it feels the same as an adult too. I think it does. You know, and as a result of all those experiences, I understand that I'm saying quite a lot of negative experiences. But you know, in like hindsight and now, I really realised that I'd like to specialise in special education and support the children of the future to make sure that they don't feel growing up how I felt and become as an adult and have to end up doing things like this to raise awareness. I think it's really sad that people, I wouldn't say don't understand, but like don't have the knowledge to help and support those that suffer with it. It's taken me a long time to do this. It's my first time doing one of these videos. My little cousin did my first TikTok video, so I'm hoping this will allow me to add this to my TikTok video. But yeah, it's just been a really big journey. You know, I feel like I'm definitely more empathetic to children and other adults that feel the same. And it's nice to know, as an adult now even, there is a lot of support out there. There's like support groups. There's a nice lady called Natalie who is on TikTok and Instagram, and she tutors adult dyslexics and helps. There's another lady on TikTok, I'm not sure what her name is, but she's really lovely as well, and I follow her also. So there is a lot more support out there, and I feel like nowadays special needs is talked about a lot more. But I want to say to those of you that perhaps are teenagers, if you're watching this, you might find this really boring, is, you know, when there is someone in your class that is learning a bit differently, maybe they've got a teacher sat next to them because they need that one-to-one support, be a bit more understanding. Don't bully them, because they already feel self-conscious enough that they have to have an adult sat with them helping them. And no, we do write our own work, even though we have the support person. That was another thing. People used to say that I didn't do my work because I had a tutor or a helper with me. But that's not true. We have to write all of our own work. They don't help you in any way. And also, for exams, you're allowed 25% extra time if you're not aware, if you're statemented or assessed. Sorry, I think it's called an assessment now. You're allowed a separate room and a reader. So make sure you get all of this stuff, and that it's there for those family members or that close friend that you love a lot, that they're getting this stuff, and just be there for them. Be understanding, be supportive, be loving. Whatever you can do to make those people feel a bit better, you know, is 100% awesome of you. You know, it is just so it's so nice to be able to share something like this. I know a lot of people might find this boring, so if it's boring for you, I apologise. Please skip past my video. I do want to put a little disclaimer. If you're not interested, that's fine, pass by. I will not accept any rude comments. Or if you're not interested, that's fine, pass by, thank you very much. You don't have to leave a comment. If anybody's got any questions and you'd like me to do more videos, perhaps you'd like me to do one on dyspraxia, my opinion of how I've grown up and what that's been like, I'm happy to do that. Or if you want me to come on and do some makeup videos, because if you followed me on, if you're my friend on Facebook, you might know that I was selling makeup, I can do that. Or if you'd like to know a bit of tarot, or you just like a bit more information videos, whether it be dyslexia, dyspraxia, anything you want, that I have experience that I can help you with, drop your comments down below and give it lots of love and support, please. And share it. Share this video to anyone you think it will help. Please do. You know, if anyone wants to reach out to me and has any questions or anything, I'm totally happy to do that if anybody wants to. I'm honestly just telling you my experience, what I've been through so far. You know, yes, it's been a lot of negative stuff, I do realise that. But I've really come a long way. My confidence come a long way. Look, I'm able to do this video. You know, it is still difficult for me. In my day-to-day life, I can sometimes miss appointments. I get times wrong. I'm quite disorganised. I can be quite messy. Yeah, I get really frustrated easily. It's really difficult for me to take numbers down. If somebody rings me and is giving me a telephone number or an email address, I may need them to repeat it 3 or 4 times. Just to understand that if I'm reading an email, I need to read it 3-4 times. So it does affect you as an adult. No, it doesn't go away, but there are things that can help. And I guess I have to accept it and, you know, forgive myself my mistakes and, you know, and even writing messages to my friends. I don't know if any other fellow dyspraxics on here. I seem to get it a bit wrong. I miss out words, or I come across rude, or, you know, and I end up losing friends because they think I'm being a horrible, rude person. But what I feel, sorry, I'm going to say this to anyone, I feel that they don't understand that, yes, I'm dyslexic, so that means when I write stuff down, it's not as good as me talking to you. Even talking, I can sometimes miss out my words, and there might be a lot of long pauses during this video, but that's me, that's how I am. You know, if I could go back and retrain myself, I'd absolutely love that, but I can't. I am what I am. I'm learning. I try and get my sister to proofread a lot of my emails and stuff. It is really difficult for me. It really is. And, you know, so if you know somebody and you say, oh, don't use your dyslexia as an excuse, they're totally not. It's true. It's the dyslexia that made them do that. So just be a bit more understanding, you know. We're not good at writing a perfect sentence with, you know, we get confused with left to right. We can miss appointments, get time wrong. Please just be a little bit more patient, have a little bit more care. You know, a lot of us probably do lack confidence and are still trying to, you know, find our way around things. We're learning every day. And we're having to deal with this added pressure of, oh, I'm different to everyone else. You know, yeah, everybody's different, even if you don't have any of these things. You know, but there's a lot of famous people out there that are dyslexic. Albert Einstein was, Keira Knightley. There's so many people. Oh, what's his name from Virgin? is it Richard Branson? Richard Branson from Virgin. Apparently I found out last night even Steve Jobs, that makes the Apple stuff, was dyslexic. There you go. You know, there's people out there that are famous actors, physicists, scientists, teachers. I'm in awe of all of you people that have like a degree and you've studied, and wow, I personally had my confidence dip so much that I didn't go to university. I went to college and I got my qualifications, and I'm really proud of myself that I got my qualifications, level 3 in childcare and education. I worked hard for that, really hard. And I didn't have the correct support at college either. I went to Carshalton College and they just really didn't want to support me as an adult. I didn't feel there was any adequate support there as a student. And I hear now that people go to universities and they get stuff like laptops. Those stuff I wasn't allowed to have. Apparently they were in place, but my tutor, even at secondary school, said, oh no, Melanie always writes her own stuff. I never got that opportunity. So if you've got a laptop and you're at uni or college, use it. Use it, love it, let it help you, you know. If I actually had a scribe in my GCSEs, I reckon I would have perhaps got better grades than I did. Yes, I passed, so well done to me. And I got 5 GCSEs or however many it was. Could be more, I don't really remember. But I got my GCSEs. But the thing is, you know, I could have got better because people couldn't read my handwriting because it wasn't, I think they call it legible. If you say legible, they were unable to read my writing. You know, and that wasn't my fault. They just didn't allow me a scribe. They gave me a reader, they gave me a separate room, they gave me my extra time, but not a scribe. A scribe, basically, if you're unaware of what that means, is just somebody that writes. So you tell them, you know, they'll read you the question and you'll tell them your answer and they will write it down for you. That's it. As somebody that gets that, that's basically all it is. They don't help you. They just read the question out loud for you, which is what a reader does. And then you mark your answer, or if you've got a scribe, they'll write it for you, basically. And you might be put in a separate room away from your friends if you're sitting your GCSEs. But I just want to say, whether you're somebody that's my age, somebody that's older, somebody that's younger, that is struggling with these things, don't struggle. There's a lot of us out there. You will get through it, and keep doing what you're doing because you're pretty much awesome. You're amazing. And just, you know, give yourself that little bit more extra love. And remember that, yes, it might take you longer, but at the end of the day, you got there. You know, you fought your corner, you did that exam, you sat it, and you've passed it. Nobody can take that away from you. So keep building yourself up, loving yourself a bit more, forgiving yourself that bit more. I'm saying this as much to myself as I am to you guys out there. And just, yeah, I really hope this video helps, and I feel like I've rambled on a lot, but I hope it helps. If you've got any questions, please put them below. If you would like to see more videos like this, or you want to send me questions, please do. I'll be really happy. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for following me thus far, and hopefully you'll get to see me on a few more videos. Speak soon.